I'm Russ White. This is MSU Today. Happy to be back in the company of Michigan State University's interim president, Teresa K. Woodruff, to ask her to elaborate a bit on some of the topics she covers in her January 2023 Spartan Community Letter, which you can read at president.msu.edu. President Woodruff, great to be with you again.
Great to be with you, Russ, in person.
That's so nice, yes. And
that's good to be with you.
Just a few months ago, we talked when you assumed the presidency, and I remember you saying, I'm all in for MSU. Just how's it going? You've been on kind of a whirlwind pace. How's everything going?
You know, it's been going great, and I think what it's reinforced for both me and Tom is just how great the Spartan community is. So welcoming and really poised and ready to take the next step on behalf of this great university, our students, and the future of the state of Michigan. So it's just reinforced our confidence in what is great, and we're just honored to be part of this community.
And our Board of Trustees has new members and new leadership, and obviously there was a lot in the news in the last couple of months, but just sort of your feeling on the board, its new makeup, and the relationship you hope to have to move us forward.
Well, I'm really excited about where we are right now. Our board, every member of them cares about Michigan State, and so we do have new members. Governor Whitmer a couple weeks ago appointed Sandy Pierce to a board vacancy, and of course we have Dennis Deno, who was elected to a seat in November. We had the elections of Trustee Rima Vassar, who is now our chairperson of the board, and she and Dan Kelly, our vice chairperson, are organizing a lot of the committee structures that are important to the function of the board, and I'm very much looking forward to our continued collaboration and the ways in which we together move the institution forward.
And President Woodruff, our two-time governor, Gretchen Whitmer, is a Spartan alumna, and 29 members of the 102nd legislature are as well, which leads us to the topic that it is budget season. Talk a bit about just the importance of the state budgeting process and really how someone could be a Spartan advocate if they'd like.
That's right. We are really excited for where we are as an institution and what we are able to offer for our students, but we're really reliant on state budgets. And so this year in particular, we're looking forward to having all of us advocate, including the Spartan advocates across the state who are alums and really supporters of Michigan State University, to help us in three domains, one of which is our base appropriations. It's really time to increase the base appropriations for Michigan State University. We graduate the largest number of students, and especially those who stay within the state of Michigan. If you look at the demographics of our students, we're really impacting a broad and diverse group of individuals. We outcompete what everyone says, including U.S. News and World Report, on how many students should be graduating for this institution. 82% graduate. That's really why we think we need to have additional investment. Base appropriations haven't increased in some time. So we've been talking with the governor and others, and we hope others get behind this notion that we need to really close the gap on behalf of Michigan State, double our appropriations, and that's really going to change it's going to change Michigan. It's a time that really could be catalytic to this state and move us forward in ways that we all want. We're also working on looking forward to state appropriations towards our engineering center. That's really part of the workforce of the future. And then, our hope is as well to have them consider our plant science building. That's where Michigan State is a leader, not only in the state of Michigan, but the Midwest and really the world. Our National Academy of Science members are in the plant sciences. We've made a $5 million investment through the MSU Foundation in plant science. These are exciting times for Michigan State, and with a strong partnership with the state of Michigan, I think we are really going to be able to be transformative to the environment for all.
And if anyone would like to be a Spartan advocate, you can do so by going to My Spartan Impact. That's myspartanimpact.msu.edu. And Teresa, on the 18th, you delivered your State of the University address, a very comprehensive and forward-looking presentation. Give us some of the highlights. What were some of the key messages you hope for us to take away?
Well, it was really exciting and to really look back over the last year and at that State of the University, think about where we want to go in the next year. And a lot of folks said, boy, I can't believe what all we did in the last year. Well, I can believe it. I saw it happen, and I was really excited to explicate for everyone just the excellence and the strength that we have. So, it was 40 minutes of the best of the best. So we highlighted our students and student success, that graduation rate. And I said we're happy, but we're not satisfied. We're moving ahead to try and close the gaps for all students who come to Michigan State University. We talked about faculty excellence and the work that's happening in teaching and research. And there is no place that is innovating in academics more than Michigan State. And part of the reason for that is that we have confidence in each other, and we have faculty and academic staff and the support staff that are working across domains. And by doing that, for example, in our entrepreneurship minor, we are creating a new way of learning. And that, to me, is really exciting, and that's why I said the state of the university is strong. We look at our sustainability goals, the way we're working in the healthcare area, particularly our partnership with Henry Ford under the leadership of Norm Beauchamp. All of these things represent those ways in which we are rising. And, from that last year of outstanding work now to set the predicates for what we can do this year, just imagine where we're going to be a year from now in each of the domains of our strategic plan. I'm just very excited to see us move ahead.
And we also recently revealed the results of our second No More survey. Talk a bit about what the survey is, what we found this time.
Right. So the No More survey was developed in 2019 in response to the institutional failures of the years just prior to that. And I think what Michigan State really did was to say we need to do better. We need to know more. We need to be able to take that learning and put it into active work on behalf of all of us. So 2019 was really a baseline, and then the 2022 survey was done in the spring of this year when we were largely back in place. And about 11,500 faculty, staff, and students participated in the survey, and that gave us a new way of looking at whether the education that had been done over time had really taken, and folks were saying yes, it had. We also were seeing that that awareness of training and policies really were measures of what we had done to enable our university climate and culture. So I really think that's good. We're in the right direction. While we did see some good and positive directions, we also saw that for our LGBTQIA plus community, there are some higher rates of sexual harassment that we need to really pay attention to. And again, I applaud the institution for developing the kinds of tools that allow us to know that, to be able to assess that. And then we've already put into place ways to address and provide more support for that community. So I expect that community will benefit from those sources, and the rates of victimization will go down then for all of our community members.
And we've been celebrating the solidarity with our multicultural community with Martin Luther King Day celebrations leading right into Black History Month now. And we talked about our board before. We should note that Rima Vassar is now the first Black woman to chair our board. So lots to reflect on and be positive about.
That's exactly right. She has made history as the first Black woman to lead our MSU board. We've had a very diverse board over time. Of course, we had the very first Black president at Michigan State University of any university outside of the HBCUs. And I was able to visit with Cliff and Dolores Wharton just 2 weeks ago with Tom in New York City. And they send their love back to us, and we brought this campus's gratitude to them. I think that you're exactly right. As we really had the observances of Black History Month, we also had the observance of Lunar New Year, and all of those ways in which this institution doesn't just celebrate diversity. We are diverse. We support diversity. We know that our strength comes from that diversity, and I'm excited by all the ways in which we live out those principles.
President Woodruff, thanks for sharing your insight. Just anything else you're thinking about as the semester progresses that we might touch on in subsequent conversations?
Well, we're hoping to get more folks to talk about the excellence that is here. And Russ, I know you and I hopefully will be collaborating on some podcasts to really touch on faculty excellence, student access, staff excellence, our trustees. It's ways that we can tell our story. The story of MSU is outstanding. It's excellent. And we need to tell that story more often so that people can hear that. Because I'm just so proud of this place and I want everyone to know it. So I look forward to working with you on that as well.
Hear, hear. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Michigan State University's interim president, Teresa K. Woodruff. We've been discussing topics from her January 2023 Spartan Community Letter, which you can read at president.msu.edu. At that URL, you can also review the State of the University address. And I'm Russ White. This is